Hey guys, we are back here once again with Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, and as we had left off, we had just finished Traverse Town, we had just defeated Guard Armor, and we are now ready to begin our journey in earnest as a three-man group. However, just a couple of more like a last-second thing to do, as we are right here, is to collect this Trinity Mark. Just get that money. As we are trophy hunting, we do want to make sure that we collect all Trinity Marks wherever possible. And then right here is the world exit, even though the game does suggest using save points for that purpose. The green cursor shows your current position. Select your next destination with the cursor. Observe the battle level when selecting destinations. More stars means stronger Heartless in that world. Alright, and as we can see up there, fortunately my icon, my camera showing is not interrupting that, or rather interfering with that, but there is a 1-star battle level in this world, and a 2-star battle level in this world. So naturally, we're gonna go to the weaker world first. We travel to different worlds on the Gummy ship.
The Heartless ships often give us a hard time.
Always be on the lookout during flight.
Your journey will be documented until you reach your destination.
Seek out the missions each world has to offer.
Control the Gummy ship with the left thumbstick. Use up to descend and down to ascend.
The blue gauge shows the power level. Firing lasers, among other things, consumes power. The green gauge shows the strength of the armor. If it reaches 0, it's back to the departing point.
Basically, if we get a game over here on the Gummy routes, we just go right back to the start. And A is to fire our basic laser, which does not consume any kind of power. Basically, we get 1 point for everything that we destroy, whether Heartless ships or obstacles. And we also gain an additional point for every power-up that's collected, whether that be item, or a heal, or otherwise. Like right now we're getting shield, there's some arrow gummies, protect gummies, and so on. Dispel gummies. Armor, power, protect. They faded out, so we're getting to our destination now. The laser sound can be a little bit, for lack of a better term, redundant, but it's a nice little start into what the Gummy routes have to offer. And don't worry about it if this is a little too slow or if it seems too easy, both because the Gummy route's difficulty will begin to ramp up in time, and also because the later game's Gummy routes are much more immersive and interactive. But for right now, whoop, hit a wall. And we have now arrived at our first world. And to some, it may look familiar, based on the layout or otherwise. New high score. Normally, I would have already gotten a trophy for doing this, for completing a single Gummy route, but I had already started a partial playthrough before, so that trophy is not going to show up. But here we are at our very first world, as a three-man unit of Wonderland, so let's go ahead and begin. Goofy snoozing on the way down. And if you snooze, you lose.
Oh, my furry misfits! I'm late! Oh dear! I'm here! I should be there! Oh, I'm late! Oh, the queen! She clapped my head for sure!
Is that White Rabbit ever not running late? Green Trinity Marks, which we cannot yet interact with. And the music may or may not be familiar as well among Disney viewers. And generally the same can be said for all Disney worlds.
How did he get so small?
No, you're simply too big.
That talks.
I guess not everyone knows of talking doorknobs.
Must you be so loud? You woke me up.
Good morning.
Good night. I need a bit more sleep.
Luckily for us, Goofy can just
what
roll
do we
with
have to
it.
do to grow small?
Why don't you try the bottle? Over there.
Ain't that convenient. So then we actually need to, for one reason or another, it's almost like we have to jump onto the table, and we drink the bottle. There's a box over there. Not that we can get to it right now. And now some Heartless show up.
Come on!
Thanks to all those stat boosters before, they also go down within 1 to 2 hits typically. If I can ever hit them. Also, even though we do have a new fire spell, we do not want to use fire on the new breed of Heartless. That being, as we go into the journal, the Red Nocturnes. They absorb fire attacks, so if I attack them with a fire spell, it will heal them instead of damage them. That being said, there's our door. The bed is in the way, so we need to take the other bottle, glug glug, and grow back to our normal size so that we can just push the bed into the wall. Because that's always how it works. Then we glug glug, shrink back down. And now we can go into the Queen's castle. Which that's always a good sign, isn't it?
Court is now in session.
I'm on trial. But why?
Her Majesty, the Queen of Hearts, presiding.
This girl is the culprit. There's no doubt about it. And the reason is because I say so, that's why.
That is so unfair.
Good for you, Your Majesty.
Well, have you anything to say in your defense?
Of course. I've done absolutely nothing wrong. You may be queen, but I'm afraid that doesn't give you the right to be so mean.
Silence! You dare defy me?
Technically, it does give her the right, but
Hey guys, we should help her out.
We're outsiders, so wouldn't that be muddling? Oh, yeah. And that's against the rules.
The court finds the defendant guilty as charged for the crimes of assault and attempted theft of my heart.
theft of her heart.
Off with her head!
No! Oh, please!
Hold it right there!
Who are you? How dare you interfere with my court?
Excuse me, but we know who the real culprit is.
Uh-huh. It's the Heartland.
Anyway, she's not the one you're looking for.
That's nonsense. Have you any proof?
Bring me evidence of Alice's innocence. Fail, and it's off with all of your heads. Gather as much or little evidence as you please. Report back here once you are ready. I see Wonderland functions on a guilty until proven innocent kind of setup. And on second thought, I should be splitting the save files just in case anything bad happens and I need to redo things. But in any event, whoops, wrong way. But I do have to say, I know I've mentioned this before about the whole voice actor thing. Yes, haha, I said the wrong name when I was talking about Mark Hamill. But I do have to admit that I really am pleased with how naturally she was still able to deliver that off with her head. The ever debatably lovable face of the Cheshire Cat. Who are you? How are you? Wrong voice. Who indeed? Poor Alice, soon to lose her head, and she's not guilty of a thing. Hey, if you know who the culprit is, tell us. The Cheshire Cat has all the answers, but doesn't always tell. The answer, the culprit, the cat, all lie in darkness. God, it's been years since I watched this film. I don't even know if I'm doing that voice correctly, even by my own standards. Wait! They've already left the forest. I won't tell which exit. There are 4 pieces of evidence in all. 3 are a cinch to find. The 4th is tricky. Big reward if you find them all.
Should we trust him?
To trust or not to trust? I trust you'll decide. Which, by the way, even though we gave all those stat boosters to Sora, Donald and Goofy have not gotten any. Hey, Lucid Shard. Meaning, they are still at their base stats for this level, and Donald is still killing things in one shot with his fire spell. So if we were to use ours, for instance...
See ya!
You can actually rapid cast fire if you just continue to hit the button.
See ya!
And as mentioned before, at least I'm pretty sure it was mentioned, we will gain MP back by striking enemies. There's an ether, or by picking up these MP orbs. There's a tent, and there's a potion. Obtained footprints. So those pink boxes are the evidence. Give me an ether. Okay.
Here!
Thanks. And we get a camping set. Thank you. Give me a potion, if you say so.
Here!
Thanks. Thank you for the high potion. And the mana refill. Always nice. Small problem with the first game is that sometimes the camera can be a little weird. Give me an ether. I don't have another ether on me, do I? No, I do not. You will have to wait.
See ya! See ya!
Missed twice. With a homing spell. Whoops. As I missed the jumps on the mushrooms. And there is another one of the evidence boxes. Obtained antenna. Yep, can't make that jump from here, but if I recall correctly, there is a way to do it. Even as recently, or even as soon as now. But, yep, nope, not that way. Anyway, moving right along. Give me a potion and I'll make you bigger. Well, if you say so. Thanks, buddy. Cannot move the camera like this. Strike to spin. I'm ripe enough to be picked and eaten. Alright, so before that though. Oh, my head. Whee! Oh, my head. Whee! Okay, in all seriousness though. Let's go ahead and continue on. Okay. Barely made that jump. Tap, tap. Dalmatians! Number 16, 17, and 18 returned home. Hooray! Oh, you know what? I should have struck the tree. Whoops. It's too big to eat. But before I go about doing that, let me go into this room. How kind of you. Tap tap. Obtain stench. And that's what the Cheshire Cat was saying. 3 of those evidence pieces are cinched to fire. But the 4th is a little bit trickier. Potion. Thank you. Now I don't have to worry about losing my resources when I go back to the flower. Queen's Castle. And if I were to begin now, I could continue on, but I do want to get that reward for getting all 4 pieces of evidence. Oops. So... Potion. Flower. Get bigger. Strike the... Get that. Strike the tree. At least I'm pretty sure this is the way I'm supposed to go about it. But... let's see if I can make this jump. Ha! Got it. Now I jump up here. Bizarre room. I don't actually remember if there's a point to being here. It'd help if I could see anything, but... wasn't there something to do up here? I actually do not remember. There's actually the evidence box way over there. On the, sitting on top of the china. Let's see. No, nothing to do with the books. Doesn't seem to be anything that I can fall on, so I'm just gonna go back this way for a moment. Nope, can't make that jump either. Let's see. I remember that there's something that I'm supposed to do around here. I just don't remember what that something is. You know what? I think I might know. Flower. Get bigger one more time. There we go. So now, hit that. Eat the fruit. Make these jumps. There we go. God, I can't believe I forgot things like that. Now then, slowly push Donald off so that I can jump myself. There we go. Tap tap. Obtain claw marks. Well, look what you found. Nice going. Now we can save Alice. Don't be so sure. She may be innocent, but what about you? What do you mean? I won't tell, but I'll give you something. Obtain the power of ice. Learned magic spell, Blizzard. That is very missable. So if you want to be able to cast ice magic this early, you better get all 4 pieces of evidence. More heartless. The game kept locking onto the wrong one, so... And by default, Blizzard is now on Y. Oh, also, if there are more Red Nocturnes, because I forgot about this, I'll go ahead and show it off the next time. But for right now, go to the Queen's Castle, save, save and save again. And are you ready to present evidence before the Queen? Yes. Very well. Council, step up to the podium. Now, show me what you have found. Well, that's certainly a lot of evidence, but I'm still not impressed. Guards, bring forth my evidence. Fifth one. Checking all 5 would only be a waste of time. Alright then, choose the one you wish to present. I'll decide who's guilty based on that evidence. What? After all the trouble of collecting it? You dare object? Then you will lose your head! Now choose 1 box! So yeah, our 4 pieces of hard-earned evidence have been shuffled among these boxes. And we have to choose 1 to gather. And if we choose wrong, well, I won't say just in case I choose wrong and we find out. So, now we'll see who the real culprit is. Hey, there we go. Had we chosen wrong, Donald and or Goofy would have actually shown up in that box. What in the world was that? There's your evidence. Alice is innocent. Silence! I'm the law here. Article 29. Anyone who defies the Queen is guilty.
That's crazy!
Seize them at once. Great. Off with their heads! Guards! Guards! If they touch the tower, you will lose your heads!
See ya! See ya!
So yeah, the cards do have their own health bars, but defeating them doesn't really do anything except for buy you a little bit of time. The real objective is to take out this tower.
Come on! Deep freeze!
Or, I could also hit the Queen. Or she could hit me first. Knock her down, and all of the cards, or at least most of them, will be heavily distracted for a little while, giving me plenty of time to run away on the tower. There we go. Level up several things. I couldn't quite see what they were. All I saw is Sora's defense went up and I learned Berserk. And she's gone.
She must have gotten kidnapped while we were fighting.
You fools! Find the one who's behind this. I don't care how. Without a defendant, there's no trial. Find Alice and bring her here. The Queen has spoken. Find Alice at once. Quit dawdling. You're not hiding anything from me, are you? Find Alice or else. It's all about getting that trial underway. Tisk, tisk. And now that flower is opened up and spat out a rock.
Have you seen Alice?
Alice, no. Shadows, yes. Where did they go? This way, that way, doesn't matter. Left, right, up, down, all mixed up thanks to the shadows. Step deeper into the forest to the deserted garden. You might find shadows in the upside down room.
Deep freeze! Fire!
So now here we have a new breed of Heartless as well, the large bodies. They will deflect all physical attacks that hit them from the front. So if I try to swing my Keyblade at them, I can only hit them from the back. That said, magic will still hit them regardless. And then when they reach low health, they will kind of do like an enrage effect, where they will just start to barrel at me non-stop until they die. So now we do that. There's a blaze shard. Oh. Before I forget, we earn 2 tech points every time our blizzard spell hits a red nocturne. Max HP up for Sora. Thanks, game. Max HP up for Goofy. Thank you, game. Alright, so... I'm out of MP, so I can't really just cast Blizzard. And rack up those easy tech points. There we go. And if you may recall, just a short time ago, there was a giant rock here in the way, so I couldn't go here. But Wonderland fans, or Alice in Wonderland viewers, may recognize this room. And have a very happy unbirthday to you too. Or I'm sorry, a very merry unbirthday. Sit down to get your present. So we take a seat. Any seat. Yoink! We get thrown back. And we get a bunch of prizes here. MP, HP, money, and an elixir for our troubles. But we need to sit in all the seats to complete this. Cake! The cake is a lie!
Deep freeze!
I missed.
Deep freeze!
I missed with the blizzard spell. How sad. And then we have to leave the room and go back into it for the table to respawn. And thus for us to continue to get our prizes. So we sit in this chair now. More food! And this time it's a lot of money. And a potion. How sweet of you, game. Can I... There we go. Now I'll sit at the head of the table. Cake! Cake! And more fighting.
Come on!
Alrighty. Now back to the Lotus Forest once again. And back into the tea party room yet again. So now we take our next seat. Thank you. Thank you for the very timely mana refill. As well as an ether. We sit at the next seat now. More food. And thus, a lot more mana. And a potion. Though this time I'm completely full on mana. I can't directly control my party. I can only influence them by walking in a certain direction. And hope that they just kind of fall into place. So I can't really make them walk over the mana. But we sit at the last seat. Present box. Lots of HP this time. And a potion. And now that we've gone through all and sat at all the seats, that's all the presents. I thought there was something else to be done, but no matter. In any event, you may have noticed a couple of treasure boxes up there. I cannot get to them as I do not yet have high jump. So we'll go ahead and go to the bazaar room now. They're hiding somewhere. And the Momorat's outgrab. Wow, I have lost all English capability in that second. Want to find the shadows? Try turning on the light. And thus, do a lot more shadows and soldiers spawn as well. Lucid Charm. So we'll just swat them away. Get a bunch of tech points from the red nocturnes. Ow. We can still We'll stagger them though if we hit them with the combo finish, so that's always a good thing. I missed. You know what? I'll kind of do. I was about to blizzard you. Alright, so now that that's there, touch. It's too dim. Make it brighter. What next? One more lamp that you need the light. Now we do that. All the lights are on. You'll see the shadows soon. They'll arise in this room, but somewhere else. The shadows might go after the doorknob, too. And that is our little hint of where to go to wrap this up. So, before we do that, let's unlock that and jump in here. Treasure chest. Thunder or Gummy. Thanks, game. And that also dumps us right here onto the save room and to go ahead and carry on. So we go back to the bazaar room one more time. You'll have a better view from higher up. So, we climb onto the table, talk to the cat, and if the music stopping didn't give you any indication, the shadows should be here soon. Are you prepared for the worst? If not, too bad. And thus, the boss of Wonderland. We went by a couple of different names throughout the series, as we do see it a couple more times. I don't exactly remember what it was called in this one, but we'll see it after defeating it. Journal. And as you may have noticed, I cannot strike it in the legs, and I will be blocked entirely if I try and hit the feet. So I have to jump up and strike the main body. Sometimes when I hit the main body enough, he will stagger, and he will fall, as I miss every jump imaginable. Otherwise, his pattern is actually rather simple, even if it is effective. He just kind of dances around and sometimes swings his sticks at me. At least for a moment. There we go.
Come on! Come on!
Oh, okay. On occasion, he will pull other tricks as well, such as, like striking the table, or, well, right now the table is spinning. Striking the table or striking the chair to make them collapse, and thus I will not be able to use them for a while.
Come on!
Otherwise, when he gets low, let's see if he does it. Oh. Yep, there goes the chair. So now I have to do a correct jump to get on the table in order to bring up. And this is when he gets somewhat low health. He will now turn up the heat, if you will. I can strike these fireballs that he sends at me back at him. Get tech points. Oh, and if I so much as touch those sticks while they're on fire, I take damage. But in any event, he is now down. Obtained Ifrit's Horn accessory, which we will not be equipping for the sake of unchanging armor.
How's a doorknob to get any sleep?
And thus we would now, as of the end of this cutscene, we would get a trophy for doing exactly that.
was that?
You hear that? Sounded like something closed.
This gummy ain't like the others. No, sir.
Okay, I'll hold on to it.
Obtained Navi Gummy piece. Splendid. You're quite the hero. If you're looking for Alice, she's not here. She's gone off with the shadows into the darkness. No.
Let's go back to our gummy ship. We might find her in another world.
We gotta go to a save point to return to our ship.
Thanks, Goofy. And as such, we are now finished with Wonderland. So ordinarily we could go ahead and loot the world, but Wonderland is quite a confusing labyrinth of a world, so I actually will not be doing that this time around. But we will go ahead and call it here as a pretty decent starting point. So I'll just save again just to be sure. Alright. And that'll about wrap it up for today. However, just as before, I did actually want to pose a question, just as I had during the islands. If you were here in Wonderland, how, if at all, would you deal with the Queen of Hearts? Would you keep your head down, and would you be a quiet and loyal subject of hers, for lack of a better term? Would you be like Alice and be more of a vocal outcry of, you may be queen, but that doesn't mean you're right on all things, and other people are innocent? Or would you perhaps do something else? Knowing, of course, that you cannot do something so crazy as raise a weapon to her, as you will have a lot of card soldiers seeking to lop your head off. But whatever the case may be, do let me know down in the comments. And as always, if you do like what you see, please, I ask again, to like, comment, and subscribe. It will greatly help us with the YouTube algorithm. It will greatly help us with attaining our personal goals, as well as the goals that we have for this channel. So I thank you again for all of your patience and all your support. And the clock's ticking on the game are telling me that I'm pretty much out of time here. So thank you again. You guys have a tremendous rest of your day. Make it a great day or not, the choice is yours. And I'll see you next time.